In this video, we will learn about sentiment analysis using Ngram. We will be using the same Amazon mobile reviews data, but the approach will be different. We will be using Ngram technique. We can add some context to the sentence by adding sequence of word features known as Ngrams. For example, bigrams count pairs of adjacent words. Trigrams gives us triplets of adjacent words, and in this video we will learn about n-grams in sentiment analysis. Let's import NumPy as NP. Let's import pandas as PD. I'll make one variable df, and in this I will save my CSV file. From pandas, I will use the method read underscore CSV. Inside this, in double quotes, I will pass my CSV file name. My CSV file name is amazon.csv. Let's execute our code. Let's look at the top 5 rows of a data frame df. We will use the method head. And these are the top 5 rows of a data frame. We have columns such as product name, brand name, price, rating, reviews, review votes. Let's look at the shape of a data frame. We will write df.shape. Our data frame contains 41 lakhs and 13,840 rows and 6 columns. Let's find missing values in our data set. We will write df dot is null dot sum, and you can see that these number of missing values are present in these variables. In the variable brand name, we have 65,171 missing values, while in the variable price, we have 5,933 missing values. We can also sort this in ascending or descending order. I'll copy this code from here. I'll paste it here. And now I will call sort underscore values, and then I'll pass one parameter ascending is equal to false. In the output, you can see that we got the missing values in descending order, that is from highest to lowest, and the highest missing values are present in the variable brand name, and the lowest missing values are present in the variable reviews. Let's drop the missing values. We will call data frame df dot drop na, and we will pass one parameter in place is equal to true. Let's execute our code. Let's again verify whether there are any missing values left or not. I'll copy this code from here, and now we should get 0 because we have dropped all the missing values. Let's execute our code. In the output, you can see that we are getting here 0 because we have dropped all the missing values here. In a data frame, there are so many columns, but we will be focusing on 2 columns, and those columns are ratings and reviews. We will work on these 2 columns. Ratings will be our target variable and reviews will be our independent variable. We will be using review column to predict the ratings. Let's look at the unique rating present in our variable rating. I'll call a data frame df, then I will pass rating, and to get the values we will type value underscore counts. I have to put G here. Let's run it again. In the output, you can see that we have 5 ratings in our column rating, and these are 5, 1, 4, 3, 2, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you know that 1 being the lowest rating and 5 being the highest rating. When you download any software or any app on your mobile phone from Google Play Store. You go there and you give ratings to the app. If you like the app, you give 5 star, and if you don't like the app, you give it 1 star. So all this indicates the rating type. 5 means it has got the highest rating, while 1 means it got the lowest rating. We will remove any ratings which is equal to 3 and assume that these are neutral. That means we will remove all the ratings which is equal to 3. Let's call our data frame df. Inside this, we will pass our rating variable, and we will write rating which is not equal to 3. Let's print. Here you will see we got all the ratings here except 3. So we are going to remove all the 3 ratings here, 3 star. I'll copy this code from here, and now I will call our variable df and I will assign that code here. Let's execute our code. Now if I run this again, in the output we will see that we will not get 3, but we will get 1, 4, 2 and 5. I'll paste it here. Let's execute our code. In the output you can see that we have 1, 2, 4 and 5, but we don't have 3 star here because we have removed that 3. We will create a new column that will serve as a target for our model, where any reviews that are rated greater than 3 will be encoded as 1, indicating it is positively rated. Here I am saying that any rating which is greater than 3, that is 4 and 5, 4 and 5 will be encoded as 1, and this means that it is positively rated, while 1 and 2 will be encoded as 0, meaning it is negatively rated. I'll call our data frame df and I will make a new column, positively rated, and this will be our new target variable. And here I will write the condition from numpy. We will write where df of rating is greater than 3. If the rating is greater than 3, make it as 1, otherwise 0. So all the ratings 4 and 5 will become 1 and 1 and 2 will become 0. Let's execute our code, and you will get a warning here. You just have to ignore it. You don't need to worry about it. Now I'll copy this code from here. I'll paste it here, and instead of passing this rating variable, I'll pass our new variable positively rated. I'll copy this from here and paste it here. You will see that we got a new column, positively rated, and we have only 2 ratings here, 1 and 0. 1 indicates positive rating while 0 indicates negative rating. And you will see that our data is highly imbalanced. We have more number of samples in rating 1. I'll show you the head of our data frame because we have got a new variable here, positively rated, df.head. In the output you can see that we got a new variable. After review votes, we have a positively rated. Now we are going to plot this and look at the distribution of our 1 and 0. To make a plot, I will import the library Seaborn. Import Seaborn as SNS. From Seaborn, I will call the count plot method, and inside this I will pass the variable, this variable positively rated. I'll copy this from here and then I will paste this inside this. Let's execute our code. In the output you can see that it is highly imbalanced. Most of the samples belong to class 1 while less samples belong to class 0. Next we will split our data into train and test, and we are going to work only on 2 columns. The 2 columns are reviews and positively rated. Review column is our independent variable while positively rated is our dependent variable or target variable. From sklearn dot model selection import train test plate. Now I will make variables xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest, and then I will call this function train test plate, and inside this I have to pass these two variables, these two column names, reviews and positively rated. So I will type df of reviews, and I'll just copy the column name from here, reviews. Then I have to pass the next column name, df of positively rated, which I can copy from here. I'll copy it from here and paste it here. And the next parameter we have to pass is random state. And you can put any number here. If you want your result to be same as mine, you have to put 50. Let's run our code. We have successfully split our dataset into train and test. Let's print our variable xtrain and ytrain. Print xtrain. In xtrain we have reviews and ratings. We can also type print ytrain, print ytrain. And in ytrain we only have ratings, that's why we got here 1 and 0. We can also look at some rows of this xtrain. I'll type xtrain, and then let's import count vectorizer from sklearn dot feature extraction dot text import count vectorizer. We will make one variable vect, and we will call our class count vectorizer. We will pass one more parameter minimum underscore df, and we will give the value as 5, which will remove any words from our vocabulary that appear in fewer than 5 documents. The parameter is min underscore df is equal to 5. So this will remove any words from our vocabulary that appear in fewer than 5 documents. And let's pass one more parameter. To create this n-gram features, we will pass in a tuple to the parameter n-gram underscore range. So I'll pass this parameter n-gram underscore range, and we will pass a tuple where the values correspond to the minimum length and maximum length of a sequence. I'll put 1 and 2 here. For example, here 1 and 2 means count vectorizer will create features using the individual words as well as the bigrams, 1 for individual words and 2 for bigrams. And let's call fit, and we want to fit it on xtrain. Let's pass our variable xtrain. Let's execute our code. Let's print our feature names, or we can also print the length of the feature names. We will write length, and then we will call our vect. From this we will call get feature names. This is taking some time for computation because there are so many words, and here we are using n-gram, that's why it is taking more time. Get underscore feature names. Let's execute our code. In the output you can see that we got a very big number. N-grams can give big numbers of features, and here you can see we have a very big number in the output. Let's transform our xtrain. I'll make one variable xtrain underscore vectorized, and from our vect variable we will call the method transform, and we will apply it on xtrain data because we are going to transform our xtrain. Let's execute our code. Let's train our model. We will be using logistic regression to train our model for sentiment analysis. From sklearn dot linear model import logistic regression. Here we are importing the logistic regression from sklearn.linear model. Then I'll make an object of the class logistic regression, and the object name is model, and I'll call this class logistic regression here. Next I will fit the model dot fit, and I want to fit it on xtrain vectorized features. So this is there are features stored in this xtrain vectorized, and for label I will pass ytrain. Let's execute our code, and this will fit the logistic regression model on our xtrain vectorized and ytrain. Once the model is fit, we can make prediction, and we can save that prediction in a new variable. Let's save predictions. I'll make one variable predictions, and here you can see that we have finished fitting the model. And once you finish fitting the model, you will get a warning here. You have to ignore this warning. Next we are predicting the predictions. Here we are making predictions. Now I will call model, and from this I will call the method predict. Inside this I will pass our xtest, and before we pass the xtest we have to transform it. So I'll call this variable vect, and from this I will call the method transform, and I'll pass the variable xtest because we will be using xtest for making prediction, and we will save the predictions in this variable predictions. Let's execute our code. It is making prediction, and once it is done it will save it in this variable prediction. Let's print our variable predictions. Print predictions, and these are the predictions 1 and 0. 1 means positively reviewed, 0 means negatively reviewed. Let's compute the AUC value, that is the area under the curve, AUC. For that, first we will import matrix a ROC AUC score from sklearn dot matrix import ROC AUC curve. Let's print the AUC curve. Print AUC score is, and then ROC AUC score. Inside this we will pass our actual and predicted values. So we will pass ytest. In this we have actual values, and our predicted values are stored in predictions. Let's pass predictions here. I'll show you what we have in ytest. Print ytest. Here you can see we have 1011, and in predictions we also have 1011. So in predictions we have predicted values, and in ytest we have the actual values. We are making comparison between the actual and predicted and calculating the AUC score. Let's execute our code. In the output you can see that we got a high AUC score, and the AUC score is 95%, which is really good for the sentiment analysis model. And we got this high AUC score because we have used ngram here. Let's look at what are the negative and positive feature. Let's save it in a new variable and sort it first. I'll make one variable feature underscore names. From numpy I will call array, and then I will call our vect. From this I will call the method get feature names. So we got the features, and we will save this in this variable features name, and then we will sort it out and save in a new variable, and the new variable is sorted underscore coefficient underscore index. We will call our model, and from that we will call coefficient, and we will pass the index 0, and we will pass function here argsoft. Let's execute our code. Now let's look at the negative reviews. Print negative words. We are actually looking at the negative words. and then we will call our feature names. Inside this we will pass our sorted feature coefficient index, and we want to look at the first 10 negative words, so I'll pass all rows and 10. Let's execute our code. In the output you can see that we got some words here, and these are the negative words such as no good, not happy, not worth, junk, worst, not satisfied, garbage, not good, defective, terrible. All these are negative words. Let's look at the positive words. Print positive words. We'll call our feature names, and we will pass our sorted coefficient index. This time we want to look from the bottom side, so I'll type here 11 minus 11 up to -1. Let's execute our code. In the output you can see we got some words, and these are the positive words. The positive words are excellent, excellente, excellent, not bad, excellent, perfect, awesome, no problems, no issues, perfecto. All these words are positive words, and all the above words are negative words. This is how we can do sentiment analysis using n-grams. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.